Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Daybreak. We are of course in the Institute of Science and well, we're just exploring and talking to everyone we can find that might give us some progress to our investigation. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, wait, is he eating tacos? Not bad. Well, hello there and welcome to my kitchen. Everyone loves the food we serve here, or at least I thought I did, but we've had one poorly looking dinner recently. He works in a special research building and he's been eating a lot less. He looks terrible. He and his assistants always used to have these voracious appetites too. What happened to them? Sugar is popular among the researchers here. Agats need their glucose. We try to give them a healthy dose without going too overboard. We've been getting a lot of tired looking visitors lately too, so we're trying to make comfortable, easy to digest dishes for them.
What'll it be for today?
Sounds decent. I'm just getting it in just in case we get locked out of the institute.
Thanks a
We want to
bunch.
make sure we have all the foodstuffs at least. Good, alright, so food has been checked. We have one more person there. I don't think it really matters if we already start talking to people. Oh, I remember seeing you at that horrible cafe in Edith. I live over here in Basel. I didn't expect to see you here too. My family lives over in the capital, so I'm out there a lot to visit them and do my civil research, engineering research. I'll be cooped up here for a while though. I've got a big paper to finish up. Oh, she's a student here, huh? We should try talking to her.
Let me ask you something.
Right.
Oh, a professor abusing their authority, you say? Well, that's a bit of a stretch to me, not gonna lie. I can say for certain that Professor Cronkite and Professor Tane would never do that, so it cannot be them. Oh? What makes you so sure of that? Well, so Professor Cronkite's a man of few words, so he can come across as kinda scary. But he means well, really. I mean, he's one of the greatest minds of our time. He lives and breathes science. And then Professor Tane is just really friendly to everybody. He's always looking out for people. He's known the world over for his work in civil engineering and urban planning. The Basel Institute of Science certainly earns his reputation. Its faculty are all accomplished scientists and engineers in their own right. Yep, lots of famous people come here to study and lecture here. Professor Callahan's a real celebrity too. He's a real whiz when it comes to mechanical engineering. He's the brain behind the military's new weapons. Last I heard though, his big new proposal got shut down in favor of someone else's. He didn't really take that very well. But he's bounced back from what I can tell. He's really putting his all into his new project. I'm really humbled to get to work with so many hardworking and talented people. Hardworking and talented? People can still be assholes. Are they good people is what we're asking. Could you maybe have phrased it a little less aggressively? Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. You were a big help. Yeah, it gives us some more insight about all the professors. That's all we want to know. Well, this door here leads to the special research building. They do a lot of top secret research in there, so it's close to the general public. Seems this building requires a high security clearance than the rest of the city. Well, top secret, huh? Well, sounds like the perfect place to arrest your co-workers and get away with it. Wouldn't jump to conclusions, but yeah, it's worth looking into. Let's ask around to see what people around here know. Yeah, it's not only a better location to abuse your people because it's secretive, it's also the place where high-end research is being done, meaning there's more pressure to give results than anywhere else, which could also give a reason for leadership to be more abusive because they need to get things done. And sometimes abuse is used to get progress, even though not a fan of that. Oh, I worked as an assistant in Professor Archet's lab over there. I've noticed some troubling things coming out of the other labs though. This one woman, she looked absolutely drained the other day. I wish there was something I could do to help her, but I really shouldn't go butting into other labs' business. I just hope she has someone she can talk to, but is a co-worker, a professor, or someone else? Well, that's a bit fishy there. Might have to ask him about that.
Let me ask you something.
Workplace harassment? Oh goodness. I've heard these bits and pieces, but I'm a bit nervous to talk about it. Oh, we won't tell anyone, don't worry. Anything will help. Well, I've heard loud shouting from one of the other labs, yes. It stunned me out of work I was doing. I heard stuff like, "You idiots, can't you do anything right?" And, "You're a disgrace to the Institute. Get out." Well, he's just lashing out at everything and everyone now. It's really disturbing. Which professor was the one doing that? I just can't say, sorry. If they found out it was me, I'd have hell to pay. It's really gnawing at me. The abuse is only getting worse and worse from what I've been told. I've heard the works: fatigue, depression, exhaustion, even a couple of researchers fainting on the jobs. Yep, working towards burnout as well, I imagine. Oh, that whole department looks visibly shaken these days. The stress is just too much for them. I worry they'll end up like Cindy. Cindy? What happened to her? Well, she's at her breaking point from what I hear. I hardly see her at the Institute anymore. We've all been trying to support her however we can, but it's rough. It really is. Damn, yeah, that's not good. Who's the professor helping her out of curiosity? Well, that would be Professor Esmeralda. She's in the bioengineering department. She's known the world over for her cutting-edge research. A real upstanding woman. She's always up to her neck in her own work, though. She probably doesn't know the extent of the abuse of the other labs. Yeah, thanks for filling us in. This will help us a lot. Definitely. Okay, so for now we need to go upstairs. Which there will also be a few people for us to talk to. I worry for her, I really do, but I just don't have the time to check up on her. Next time I see her, I'll recommend her these vitamins I like. I was on the advisory board for them actually. I do worry about how she's the only woman on our team. I don't want her to feel afraid to speak her mind on things. Well, that could be very hard to deal with, isn't it? Just all the testosterone in a room and being the only woman? Yeah, it could be hard. Oh man, the Epstein tour was out of this world. I gotta see some vintage memory cards in there. How far have we come, huh? Well, I didn't know the photos and videos were first developed for astronomy. But soon enough, it branched out into other things and led to horrible films as we know them today. It's just so cool to see how the medium took off. I'm glad to hear you're having fun. Oh, you pet. I know you're busy with work and all, but you should see the sights yourself, Agnes. I heard the Institute has the largest astral observatory in all of Calvard. I really want to go and see that now. Would we even be allowed inside though? I hope so, cause I'm actually intrigued as well. Yo, Julian, did you get a look at that researcher who just walked by? She was a total knockout. She had that sciencey look to her with the glasses and the messed up hair. It's not just me dreaming, is it? We gotta be a match. Huh? Sorry, I had no idea what you're on about. Is she the more beautiful than the aerodrome attendant you were fawning over half hour ago? Oh dude, everybody here's a 10. There's something about this town, I swear. It's awakening something in me. Lyle, maybe quit while you're ahead.
So...
Oh, I always assumed the Institute was full of dudes. I didn't know there are so many chicks here too. And man, some of them are bombshells. Creating bombshells, I'm sure. Alright, that settles it. I'm applying to this place. I've heard much about the Institute of Science, and I must say, it does live up to its reputation. It's the highest seat of learning in Calvard, after all. You have many of the country's brightest minds under one roof. We wouldn't be able to see the entire thing in one trip, but I hope we can at least catch the highlights while we're here. Sounds decent enough. Ooh. Hi, Athena. Oh, you're the guy who helped me test my holocore. Thank you. The data you gathered helped a lot. I work with signals and communications. My project right now studies how they're used in Zyphas. I was really honored, honestly. Being able to work alongside Professor ARKRIDE was just so awesome. I'm assuming was the word she was looking for? Just the more sciencey version of that. Let's see. 3 more. Let's not head inside that room until we're done.
Alright.
Still the same products. That's fine. Network engineering is my forte, but I do a lot of work with the civil engineering guys too. Earthquake resistance, grid planning, that sort of thing. Professor Callahan in particular, he's been a big help to me. He's been awfully irritable lately, but he's a good person deep down. So maybe he just needs a drink or two to unwind. The urban network is essential infrastructure now, and cities need to be designed around it. The network signal needs to reach every nook and cranny of the city, so a lot of cables, a lot of antennas, and a lot of planning. The computer science students here have been a big help with modernizing the grid. Alright, good. Oh, Professor Callahan's kind of freaking me out nowadays. All the other professors say he's a really nice guy though. They talked about how he used to mentor young researchers at the institute. Are they really talking about the same guy though? All I get from him are evil glares. Like he's fed up with me already. Sheesh. Seeing those wide-eyed Aramis students visiting brings back memories. I came to visit when I was younger, just like them. Crazy how young they look. I'm only 2 or 3 years older than them. I wonder if I looked that young when I visited too. Their uniforms are really cute though. Maybe that's what it is. Wait, am I ogling them? No, bad thoughts. Bad thoughts! Nah. It's okay, I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it. Ooh. Ooh, 3 ups for observatory. I kinda wanna check it out, see if we get stopped or not. Ooh, we can't even get inside. Look at that. Come on! Can we not look inside of it, really? Nice. Wish there was like 1 or 2 people here to talk to, but I like the fact that we can actually get to this.
Well...
No shop indicator here though. Well, that's fine. If there's no shop indicator, maybe there are no people indicators too. Was there here a chest or something just to out of sight? Interesting.
Whoops.
That's red. Okay. Can't blame a guy for trying. Hey, can you let me in? Really? Taunting me with his smoke just past the door. Like he's telling me like, hey, at least I got access to this place. Alright. Nice. Alright. Let's go back inside. Talk to our final person. And then go solve the request. Or at least the quest marker for it. Well, one of my papers was published in Scientific Journal Formula last month. It was about a hypothetical social experiment where you gather big data from personal computers and use data science to crunch the numbers. I'm honored that the scientific community receives it so well. Even Professor ARKRIDE gave it a thumbs up. I still want to explore that concept some more though. I really want to use one of the gigantic orbital calculators they have in the labs here. I just can't, and that really grinds my gears. I want to put my paper to practice with some simulations, but consumer-grade computers just don't have the power for it. I tried making a super optimized program for the number crunching I need, but that still wasn't enough. I need something bigger. I really wish I could use the lab facilities here, but they don't open those up to freshmen. I have to wait for those. I'm just dying to get my hands on one of those huge orbital calculators already. I can imagine that. Alright, last person. Let's have a quick check. Yep, I think we got it. Alright, if you need anything from me, I'll just be reading here. We need to have plenty of paper though. I don't know enough about them to make any recommendations. Do handle them with care though. They're very important papers. Huh, sound like plenty of students and faculty come this way. That tracks. Maybe he's overheard a word or two about the allegations.
Can we talk?
A power-tripping professor, you say? Well, if you were anybody, I put my money on Cronkite. He's awfully quick to dismiss people. Haughty in a word. Kind and helpful aren't exactly synonymous with him, at least from what I've seen and heard. I see. Have you heard anything about any of the other professors that might relate to those allegations? Let me think now. Well, I can't see Professor Oriel doing anything like that. She's just a bundle of sunshine, and not a mean bone in her body. Sometimes I even see her in here picking up research material for her students. Then there's Professor Callahan. He's already made a point of helping out his assistants. He's certainly not a bad person in my view, but he's gotten a bit of a bad rep after his work went south. Thanks for sharing your experience with us. We greatly appreciated it. Alright, I think we combed this area over pretty well now. Let's go sit down somewhere and try piecing things together. I recommend that open space at the front of the Institute grounds. I saw some benches over there that we could use. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, well, there's also some nice benches in the back, but I'm not picky. Not yet, at least. Alright, we're about ready to sit down and get cracking? Alright, let's go. Well, that was pretty good. We got our hands on some nice info there. Well, we learned a lot about the professor names too. There's a Professor Callahan, the Engineering Science Authority, Professor Oriel in the Chemistry department, Professor Cronkite, a well-respected expert in physics and orbital engineering, and Professor Tane, an architectural researcher. And that one Professor Esmeray over in bio. They all sounded really capable, but of course the stat sheets don't tell the whole story. They all sounded like oddballs in their own right. I think we can pretty safely narrow the perp down to one of those 5. I agree. We have pretty strong evidence to suggest that. Alright, let's take our evidence from the top then. All the people we talked to, all the testimonies, they all had this one thing in common. Ah, I see what you mean. They didn't name the abuser. I don't think they literally downplayed it, but they didn't want to name it because of potential consequences if they were connected to that abuser and then be reprimanded for it. I don't think they actually, not all of them have been threatened by it, but at least this would be a fact. Not a single one named the culprit. Some of those guys knew who it was, but it kept sounding like they were too scared to name him. Would have made our job a hell of a lot easier if they just named the guy, but nope. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is kind of weird. I can understand not wanting to be labeled a snitch, but it felt like there was more to it than that. Well, they were afraid of a culprit, but you could tell they respected them too. They didn't want to sully his professor's good name. Hey, and some people said the guy wasn't always like this. Something changed them. Probably the conflict over the proposal we heard about. Something about hard feelings? That one guy said that he had to crunch after the professor's proposal fell through. Telltale sign of abuse to me. That does seem likely, though we can't say for certain what changed the professor's behavior. That would be a reasonable explanation. That said, no circumstance justifies such an abuse of power and status. The professor is truly incorrigible. So, that's who you think the culprit is? Yeah, if you ask me, there's only one professor who fits the bill. Of course, I think it's Callahan. I think Cronkite got one bad message of it, but I think it's more his personality than him actually being a bad professor. I think he's just very introverted and keeps things to himself, making him come over more stoic, and stoic people do tend to come over as antisocial. So if there are abuse allegations going around, people might think that he might be it, but you never know. So for now, I would go with Callahan. Right? Or was it early? No, I'm confused. No. I think Professor Callahan had the setback. Yeah. Professor Callahan's our guy. Well, he's one of the foremost authorities in engineering science. Perhaps the smartest man in the world, in the whole field. I've seen him in the papers plenty of times before. He's always described as a savant. Notably, he helped modernize the military's weapons and equipment. But he's got revenge on the mind, sounds like. Some other professor one-upped him, and that's it, got him pissed. I get it sucks, but you'd think a world-renowned scientist would be less childish about it. Oh, don't be surprised about people being childish. It's always the one you least expect it. Because you will only notice it when something not goes their way. You know a thing or two about acting like a child, wouldn't you? Hey, I don't know. You usually call me a grandpa, which is a but. Is now the time? So, what do we do now? We have all the recordings of the people we talked to. That's all points to Professor Callahan being the suspect. So, what's our next move? Do we hunt down our client next and give him the tapes? Nah, I think we got Professor Callahan's opinion on it without accusing him directly. We nudge him in the right direction and he might just turn himself in. What do you mean? Well, simple. We tell him about these abuse rumors going around, we talk about all the exhausted students, and he connects the dots on his own. Failing that? Well, we already know it's him. Okay, so he's trying to make him realize what he's doing. Because not always people who abuse others know what they're actually doing. It's more of a reaction to anything else, and people get abused because of it. Because the pressure he puts on his people is because he got one-upped, his paper got downgraded, and he wants results. And maybe that pressure he's putting on them, he doesn't realize how abusive that is. If we try to look at it from a positive angle. So maybe that's what Van's trying to do. Because if he realizes how much he is abusive to them, either he can change, or he can go and get accountability for his own actions. Well, he's bound to figure out his reputation is on the line, and the more he hears about this, if he's smart, he'll fess up. So that's what we do. We give him a subtle little nudge, and he does all the work, else I'm wanted for us. 2 birds with 1 stone right there. Well, that sounds really scheming. I'm not sure we're the good guys all of a sudden. No, but I think this is a better way of going about it, because if we oust him from the outside, it might tarnish not only Callahan's own reputation, but also that of the Institute, and if he comes forward himself, that could bring a more positive light to him, making himself accountable for what he did. Well, it is a quintessential spriggan-like way of solving our problem. Fine by me. To the Power Trippers Labs then. Actually, where is it? I don't remember seeing it while we were taking our tour. Oh, it will definitely be behind the door we're not allowed to go through. I suspect it's in the Special Research Building. We need some form of clearance to enter, of course. We passed by a door with a guard in front earlier. They won't let any ordinary civilians inside. I suspect we would need an A-rank card, at the very least. It was hard enough for us to get a C-rank card. I think getting an A rank is off the table. What should we do then? Maybe wait for him to leave the building and ambush him? Nah, old Van's the man with a plan. All that matters is that we get inside the building. Doesn't matter how we do it. And being a spriggan, we got a few tricks up my sleeve. Van? You're kinda scaring me with that smile there. We defer to you. What's your strategy, Master Spriggan? Let me guess. Using Quatra's authority to get inside and follow him in? Are we gonna tell him? Or are we gonna, like, manipulate him into doing our work? I think it's best that we let Agnes ask Quatra to maybe help us in that regard. So first, we just roll up to the building like anybody else would. Once we get there, we convince the guard to let us in. Just act naturally and we're golden. Okay, that sounds even more simple than I came up with. I wonder how it's gonna play out. I was almost thinking that we were gonna get to the behind of the building and just break the door where nobody's watching. Hopefully they won't notice us getting inside. Excuse me, is this where we can find Professor Callahan? We're here to speak with him. Right. May I see your card, sir? Of course. Van handed over his certification card. C-rank. Oh, I'm sorry, but I can't let you in without the proper security clearance. If you don't mind me asking, what business do you have with him to begin with? Well, glad you asked. We're here on behalf of the Principality of Elsheim. We figured there was an appointment for us, but we just now found out that they didn't set up anything. Sorry for the inconvenience. We wanted to inquire about Professor Callahan's new research. It caught our investors' interest. His findings have seismic implications. Even the Cypher Revolution would be small potatoes compared to this. So we looked into a meeting with him and collaborating on his research. Only to learn that Marduk was interested in the same thing. So now we cut ourselves a three-way partnership here. I am here on Marduk Company's behalf. I am a concierge in their employment. Ah, so you're meeting with him to discuss a grant, is that right? I'm a bit surprised to hear both Elsheim and Marduk are collaborating on this, but, well, stranger things have happened, I guess. I apologize for the inconvenience. That said, who are these children with you? Surely they're not employees. Pardon? I'm not a kid, I'm just short. They're associates of an Elsheim VIP, pardon them. They're here on Elsheim's behalf as well, so they were looking to sit in on our meeting. This is a little awkward though. We came all the way from Elsheim just to get turned away at the door on a technicality. I'm not sure what to tell them when we get back home. Well, I really am sorry. There's clearly been some kind of mix-up here. Your arrangement might have been lost in the shuffle with all the Aramis students visiting. You must have been issued the same rank card as them by mistake. I will clear this up with Professor Callahan. 1 minute, please. Of course, we'll be waiting. You sure you're okay with him calling your bluff? Of course. Who's he to turn down grant money? That ain't what we're really here for, but he just has to take the bait. Thanks for your patience. The professor would like to meet with you at once. Go right in. Hey. You know what they say? Money talks and bullshit walks. Let's go in. Thank you very much. Well, I can't believe you managed to deceive your way past someone again. Hey, nothing I said was a lie. Not my fault if someone else takes what I said the wrong way. Yeah, and the main thing is saying it with confidence. That's what it is. Bet you tell yourself that every single time, huh? Yeah, you must be a real pro at this. I mean, it's not something to be proud of. As your sudden embarrassment suggests. I wish you would at least stop thinking about the bad influence you might have on Fairy.
So you're trying to blame all of this on me, are you?
Not at all. I'm in no way trying to suggest your latest research is the cause. If anything, the approach you're taking with your latest project rather fascinates me.
Does it now?
Let me guess, the impressive man is Callahan.
That being said, work on my own project has reached a critical juncture. I cannot afford any issues with net traffic at this time.
That certainly sounds like blame to me, Cronkite. You may be one of Professor Hamilton's students, but that doesn't give you the right to...
Oh, so sorry for the delay. Oh? Who the devil are you? This is a restricted area, you know? Oh, not to worry, we have permission to be here. Could either of you direct us to Professor David Callahan's office? Ah, so you're the ones I just heard about. Well, we're finished here, Cronkite. Now, if you would all follow me. Yang. Professor Cronkite, Callahan. Huh? Funny running into you guys here. Whoops. Oh, we could say the same thing. Mr. ARKRIDE, do you have business here? Oh, Quattro. Ah, what are you doing here, Celestian? And who are these people with you? Ah, they are the students here on an educational visitation from the capital. I've been assisting them during their stay. Professor Cronkite was gracious enough to extend us an invitation to visit him when we happened to see each other in town. So we asked Mr. Celestian if he could lead the way. I do not believe I invited anyone but you, nor did I imply we should meet quite this soon. But I suppose chasing you away here would be more work than just humoring you. Very well, follow me. Really? Huh, it would be nothing short of incredible to see you work up close, Professor Cronkite. Well, we'll get out of your hair now. We apologize for the interruption. I can see that you're busy, but it would be a pleasure to speak more on another occasion, Professor Callahan. I suppose that can be arranged. It must be nice to have enough free time to spend on such frivolous nonsense as educational visitations. Well, come with me, I want to make this brief. Of course, Professor.
Wait! I'd like to listen in on this conversation too, if you don't mind. As their guide, I suspect it has everything to do with me.
Take a 10-minute break. Do not return late.
Yes, Professor. Excuse us. Professor David Callahan.
As you know, my name is David Callahan. I believe you're here to talk about Elsyme and Marduk investing in my research. That makes for a very interesting combination, if you don't mind me saying. What exactly led to this?
Well, is that what you were told? There seems to have been a misunderstanding then. We are currently working for Elsyme, and we do have a Marduk employee with us, but that's all. What? Well, we're currently in the middle of an investigation, you see, and a lead happened to bring us here. Wanted to follow up on a rumor that some extreme abuse of power has been taking place in a laboratory here. That's the face of a guy who's got something to tell. Who asked you to investigate this? Couldn't tell you. Didn't leave their name, but they did tell us all about what's been happening. We've heard all about the ridiculous workloads and insane hours they and their colleagues have been forced to endure. About how they're never allowed any rest, are woefully underpaid, and how they receive vicious, constant verbal abuse from their superior. Even to the point that someone collapsed from overwork and has been driven to the brink of suicide. That's just... Well, we have all the testimony and evidence we need to act if that's what it comes to. But we thought it'd be better to come and hear your thoughts first. Excuse me? It's not too late to turn things around. So many people who spoke to were quick to say that you weren't always like this. They mentioned how they almost had trouble believing just what you'd become. Yeah, we could see how afraid people are of you now and how they dislike what you've become. But at the same time, we could see how deeply they respected you too. Well, we're not heroes of justice like the cops or the guild. We're just about finding common grounds and putting things to right. As long as you're willing to work with us, we can... Ah, that's enough! Don't talk to me about respect and then immediately resort to blackmail. I cannot believe one of my assistants would try to set me up like this. Unbelievable. I give them a golden chance to help me obtain glory beyond their imagination, and this is how they choose to repay me? How could you say that? You know, we got evidence of what you're doing, right? Sure you want to pick this fight? Ah, do what you will with your evidence. All I have to do is cover it up. And no one's going to believe some lowly assistants over an esteemed professor. Professor? I'm two mere steps away from completing my research, and they pick now to sabotage my efforts? Very well, then damn the human cost. I'll start working them to the bone to make up for their...
Just listen to yourself, Professor. What has gotten into you? You used to be so kind and supportive. Professor Hamilton held you in such high regard. Even though I was one of her students, you would still take the time to look after me. I just can't understand why all you do lately is spit in the face of her achievements.
Quatre. I suspected as much.
Sorry. That's a private matter between us. But please, at least stop and think about how you're treating the people who work under you. They took their positions because they dreamed of being like you. Don't belittle them or their work.
Salesian. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, you third-rate apprentice!
Ooh. Why does this remind me a little bit about what happened in Trails in the Sky? Like someone has a change of heart, their behavior is so different than what they used to. I don't know, I don't think that's happening here, but damn, that slap was personal. Quatre. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Hey, listen, asshole.
You're talking to the famous David Callahan, the preeminent scholar of engineering science and military technology, who has long upheld the very foundation of this nation's national defense. I've had enough of youngsters like Cronkite and Esmeralda acting like they're above me after all I've achieved. My latest research will propel Calvard to even greater heights, change the power balance of the entire continent. Why can no one understand just how much of a privilege it is to help with that?
Professor.
Yeah, I don't know if he's blinded by his own ambitions or if it is something else. Well, you're free to have whatever lofty goals you want. But I think we've had our 10 minutes, don't you? Oh. We came here to explain the situation and offer a solution we thought would benefit everyone. You're welcome to try and cover up all the evidence and testimonies we've gathered, but I promise you, it ain't gonna be easy. If you're as close to this revolution as you claim to be, then I'd give it another thinking, through if I were you. Ah, I am done wasting time with you. I will be raising the issue of your illegal trespassing and appalling brazeness with Mr. Townsend. Well, we didn't force our way in, we were let in, so is that technically illegal, even though we didn't have the proper rank for it? I admit that I may have been a little too harsh. But as long as you intend to cling to Professor Hamilton instead of aiming for something more, I have no interest in you. Unless you now see the benefit of developing your talents under me after all. I would wager that would be a far better use of your time than waiting like a little girl for an old woman who's long gone. Excuse me. Quatre. Pardon us. That's harsh. It will be my privilege to take that man down.
Like a little girl.
There you are.
So this is what it looks like inside, huh?
It's so cool seeing the observatory. Is that the telescope?
That's right. Professor Hamilton had it specially made.
I'm sorry you had to visit that earlier, but I'm impressed you knew where to find me. Hey, just had a feeling. We're happy to forget what we saw as long as you forget about us forcing our way into the research building. Van, behave. Well, you can go ahead and have a seat over there. I'll go make us some tea. So, there aren't actually any astronomy professors here? Oh, not at the moment. I'm the only one who comes here every day right now. But there was a time when quite a few research and students who all adored Professor Hamilton would come. Even Professor Callahan would from time to time. Oh. Well, he never used to be like he is now. He's always seen Professor Hamilton as a rival, sure. But it used to be the friendly kind of rivalry that was beneficial to both sides. He told me so much too. Oh, he really must have changed then. Yeah, from that to the uptight, abusive asshole we saw earlier. Some kind of fall. Professor Hamilton left the Republic 2 years ago, if I recall. And you're one of the students? Oh, that's right. I owe more to her than anyone I can ever hope to repay. I've been looking after the observatory and her house since she left the country. Though I think it's debatable whether I'm doing a good job of it. The CEO of Rean, Mr. Townsend, is also one of the directors on the Institute's board. And he told me that he's considering shutting this place down. Because so few people are using it. Oh no. So that's why you've been doing all kinds of miscellaneous tasks to score points with him. Oh, that's awful. I really am sorry about earlier though. I ended up interfering in your investigation by jumping in, didn't I? If I hadn't said anything... Hey, don't sweat it. You ended up getting some useful info out of that whole outburst. My guess is you've noticed this by now too. But his piss-poor attitude isn't the only bad thing going on with him. You really think so? Well, I have the same feeling. It would explain why someone so respected has stooped to such irrational behavior. Well, feels like the question is, what is he trying to do that he's willing to go so far off the deep end for it? The computer hardware in his laboratory was state-of-the-art. I suspect he's using it to perform vast calculations. The kind that would be equally difficult to properly manage. I agree. I've never seen a simulation of this extent before, and it seemed even that I wasn't getting the result he wanted. He couldn't be... No, but that would... Ah, I see now. Well, we better keep an eye on that guy for a while. We ain't in Basel for that long, but we're gonna be here for the next couple of days at least. Feels like we can afford to scratch each other's backs a bit, yeah? Whether the CEO wants us to or not. Alright, I do have my doubts about you, but I believe that Agnes is worthy of my trust. So, if anything comes up, I'll be sure to let you know. To keep what Professor left behind safe, if nothing else. Nothing comes from not being honest with yourself, you know? Well, we'll be counting on you, Quattro. Hey, sure seems like he's being honest with himself to me. Not trusting you is the right call. Oh, you're very much in the same boat with how boorish you are. Excuse me? You're trying to make a fight, kiddo? Well, that's only proving my point, you know. Oh, are you interested in a telescope? I was wondering what it's like, that's all. Well, it's only just past 5 o'clock, so we won't be getting a great view of the stars quite yet. But come with me, you still might be able to get a good view of the great Stardar Triangle. Really? Yay. Ah. Of course the two kids of the group would hit it off. Hey, you're also still a damn kid from my perspective. By the way, Agnes, was it just me or did you seem surprised by something when the professor was shining up a storm? It wasn't just you. I cannot believe one of my assistants would treat to set me up like this. Unbelievable. I gave them a golden chance to help obtain glory beyond their imagination, and this is how they choose to repay me? Ah, so it picked the den of all times to shine. Did it? Huh, I didn't even notice that. Oh, it's not doing it now though. Do you think it could be a coincidence? You gotta wonder. Not like it'll be the first time it's shown at an odd time. Like when we first ran into Grimcat.
Whoa! What's this room for? Odette? What brings you all here? Found you! We've been looking for all of you.
We couldn't find you anywhere in the main building, so we wondered if you might be here.
Sorry for putting you guys out.
Well, not all of us are here for you. So this is their giant telescope. I've seen one in the Imperial Museum too, but it's so cool.
Oh! Can we take a look through it?
It's nice seeing this place this lively again. It's been so long.
October 23rd, 6:10 p.m. Yeah, Reset definitely realized something. I'm sure she'll tell us when we're back at the hotel. Or wherever we are staying, of course. Well, we'll be going back to our hotel now. Sure thing. Try not to stay up too late, because no one's keeping an eye on you. That telescope was amazing though, wasn't it? I wish you could have had another look through it before we left. How about you come and walk around with us on the last day ferry? We'd love to have you. Really? Your work sounds amazing, so I'd like that a lot. Well, I just leave playtime to the kids then. I'm more in the market for a place catered to adults. Hell, you want to join in on the fun, Four Eyes? Ah, I would never want to go to such a place. Well, that sounds like it's kind of fun in its own way. It was nice to finally meet the famous Rosette too. Maybe we could talk some more another... Ah, yes. I would like that very much indeed. Yay, then it's happening. Did you notice? Yeah, you managed to learn anything on your end? I'm afraid not. We heard something interesting from the genius professor, but that's about it. I'm not going to have much free time here, however, so I'm going to have to leave it to that nose of yours this time. Dumping all the work on me, huh? Great. Ah, here's the tram, and then we bid you all farewell. Well, I should be able to meet you tomorrow morning at around 8 o'clock. I know it's a little early for good nights, but I hope you all have one regardless. Hey, same to you. See you tomorrow. Keep tight. So, what's eating away at you, phony maid?
Huh?
Is something up? Can't hide a thing from him.
I should have realized I wouldn't be able to keep my concerns a secret. To tell you the truth, I'm getting a peculiar sense of déjà vu from what's happening here in Basel.
Déjà vu? Your main job is being a concierge, but you also handle crisis management all over the country, right? So, which does this overall net and distribution network issue make you think of more? Liberal 6 years ago, or Crossbell 4 years ago?
You're proving perceptive and knowledgeable beyond belief.
I'm sure I've heard both of those things before, but... yeah, I think Tsao mentioned them at some point too. The former was when all orbital power was shut off by the appearance of an ancient floating city. The latter was when the orbital network was used to perform a man-made miracle. I never witnessed them firsthand, so there's a lot of in the gap in what I know. But both were caused by things you wouldn't think could exist. Man, I could think you made both events up if I didn't know better. I know what happened a year and a half ago in Crossbell, and that's just as batshit crazy on paper. Oh? When the whole continent was hacked or whatever the word is?
I'm afraid I can't answer most of your questions because they would contain classified information. However, I believe this may end with a crisis different from the ones that Mr. ARKRIDE mentioned.
Well, Miss Perfect's Genesis started glowing again, so there's bound to be something. There's no way this ends without giving us a headache. Yeah, we're gonna need to be ready for trouble. You gotta head out somewhere now, right? I'll come with you if you want.
Again, you are perceptive beyond belief.
Well, we only met in person recently, but I've known you for a real long time now. Whenever you stumble on a major problem brewing, you gotta report it to HQ, right?
Correct. What is happening here certainly falls under Code E of our regulations. But I see no harm in having someone with me during my report. We could also patrol the area at the same time. Does that sound all right?
Perfectly fine. More than all right, so let's get going. Wait. Hey, it's not just you two here, you know? Don't even think of leaving us out. Hey, I don't mind taking one of you, but the other's gonna have to stay behind. Someone will need to be available if Agnes or that boy we met decide to call. Right, that makes sense. Fine, then come on, who are you taking? Interesting. Aaron is a bit of a ruffian, and Fairy who misses most points. Well, if it's Quatre that they are waiting here for, he had a good connection with Fairy, so it would be easier maybe to leave her behind and pick Aaron to go with us. I think for now we can leave it at that. So, where do you have to go to even give this report? Your company's HQ is so far away, I would have thought you would just call them. There is a bit of a process involved for security reasons. For starters, we need to leave the city towards the canyon. This need to take priority over any other job you would like to do, however. I see now. Got it. We'll head over once we walked around a little then. Alright, gotta do our rounds and see if there's any 4 SPGs we can do. Alright, but for now, we're gonna leave it here. We'll start our rounds on the next one. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. So until then, bye bye.